I know you. No.
Start singing. Alrighty then. Booked till Friday in HD finally. Hopefully everything goes well.
Throw up gang signs.
Gang signs in HD. Start making up my own gang signs. These are the doves.
No, I just went into like the pseudo Naruto.
Oh, these are the weebs.
Yeah,
the fucking fire formation, fire annihilation.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know why when you said Fire Formation, I immediately thought Yu-Gi-Oh! Fire Formation Tenki.
It just got limited. You saw that too?
Tenki?
Yeah.
Limited?
I just looked at the ban list. I don't know how long it came out. But the ban
list. It goes
list,
into effect in October, huh?
October 1st, yeah. So literally.
The next quarter.
Yeah, you guys have 9 days left. Oh, it just got updated yesterday. That's why.
Oh.
Because remember how earlier you were telling me.
There's some Blackwing that got nerfed or canceled?
See, Zodiac Barrage got banned. Prime Kids Meow Meow Mew, Eva Limited.
Prime Kids Meow Meow Mew.
Yeah, Fire Formation Tenki Limited.
Tenki Limited.
Yeah, so now
it went from none to limited.
Pretty
Limited
much.
is what, 2? Oh no, that's semi-limited.
Limited is 1. Yeah, semi-limited is 2.
That means my Kaitsenju deck needs to go down to.
Yep, and then
I
that
gotta
means
rework
my
it.
Psychic deck is getting more powerful now. Now you have Emergency Teleport back to 2.
It's fine. I'll just
Fine.
keep kaijuing your boss monsters.
Not if during your standby phase I banish and then do the Omega
I guess
banish.
so.
No, Edward. I said no. I said no. I will not allow it.
No, but I can still destroy it on your turn. A full Kaisenju deck has kaiju counters on it. That's where most of the kaiju's effects happen. I just need one Gameciel on my field and negate your.
If I banish a card,
I'll negate the effect.
No, but I'm saying, like, let's say if you, like, when you activate it, if I banish
Mhm.
it from the field, if it has, like, 2 counters or whatever, the counters are gone, so then you got to start again from the beginning, so.
No, but the counters are on my cards, unless you banish
That's
those
why.
cards.
Yeah, that's why. Because I think Zeta can banish a face-up card on your side of the field while it banishes itself, but.
I guess, yeah.
Point
That's
is,
fine.
I'm
Field spell.
honestly, yeah. Point is, I'm not gonna be spending
Yeah.
fucking hundreds of dollars again
Exactly.
on Yu-Gi-Oh. Like
Yeah.
I saw it, I got all excited. I was like, time to start looking at prices, and then I'm like,
Did
no,
you?
they're too expensive. So
Are they though?
yeah.
Well, they
It's
are for
very-
something you don't play anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm like, if I'm not gonna be actively playing it, and then it's really hard because cards get constantly banned and stuff.
Yeah.
Like if it's for collecting stuff, yeah, it makes sense.
Oh no! Like what we do? Well, the people that I play Yu-Gi-Oh with, we stopped caring about the ban list because it's just us friends.
You just like
So,
play whatever you want.
Kind of play whatever you want. Like I guess it's more like Master Rule 5 than anything.
Mhm.
And we just stick to that. It's like, oh, whatever was banned, then I guess basically wherever we dropped off of Yu-Gi-Oh, that's
You
that's
just
where our
pick
decks-
up again.
Yeah, that's
Pick up right the same place we dropped up, same
Yeah.
place we're picking up again.
exactly.
All right, well that's
Like my friend right now is in the middle of making an e-hero deck.
Mm.
Like a modern e-hero deck. Well,
Yeah.
modern with just with like the new cards, Honest Neos and shit like that.
Oh, nice.
And how do you call it? And he's finding that some of them are kind of pricey, especially a lot of the classic e-hero cards.
I wonder why. Is there? I mean, they're not meta or anything, right?
I don't think so. I think they're good, but they're not meta per se.
Let's see what the internet says. The top. Well, there's been no tournaments.
Yeah.
Virtual World, Dragon, Drytron, Zodiac,
Dragons.
That's weird.
When they had dragons.
Dogmatica,
Oh, well.
Shuttle, True King, Beast, Burning Abyss. Burning Abyss still stays.
Burning Abyss, yeah.
It's no matter what.
Standing strong.
Yeah. The last one was January 2021.
Yeah.
That's-
Right before COVID.
No, that's during COVID, because there wasn't that much stuff. Because look, it literally went from like November 2019 to March 2020. That was like the last of it, and then
Mhm.
one in April, one in June, a few.
And
in
these are all
August.
like online tournaments, probably.
Yeah, most likely. Let me see.
Most likely.
It's funny because of all time, it's gonna be Burning Abyss. Yeah, Burning
Yeah,
Abyss
Burning
is the
Abyss.
number one.
Average deck price is only $145. That's not
Monarch is average price only $109. So
bad. $145 ain't bad though.
honestly,
For a Yu-Gi-Oh deck. I would expect it to be like $500.
yeah. Look at that. Drytron's $539. Fuck that. I'm not gonna-
Fucking hell no. That's like that's like all of my decks except for like a couple cards.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, I don't know about that. I'm not gonna. I am not gonna spend that much.
Well, my friend has a Shadol deck.
Gren Maju, look at that.
Grand Maju?
They
Danger Grand Maju.
Oh, you banish a bunch of stuff and then you summon him and then he has like a bunch of
Oh, it's a danger deck basically.
number of your banished cards times
Yeah.
400. So you banish a bunch and then
Oh shit! I'm about to build that deck.
Honestly, you banish 10 cards and he already has 1,000.
Yeah.
And they have. Oh, I think no. They did ban the other one. That grass looks greener. Where is it? BCD. That grass looks greener. Yeah, they banned it. So gone. And then Barrage got banned too.
Garbage.
Oh well. Before we've lost. Hopefully we've lost. We haven't lost everyone yet because we're talking about nerd shit.
Yeah. It's fine. Anyone who's still doing this, they're real OGs.
Exactly. Yeah. So if you're listening past the 5-minute mark, you're a real OG.
Exactly.
Oh Jesus, Edward. Edward just took out his dentures. What are we gonna do now?
Yeah. I have no teeth anymore.
Well, are you gonna put them down or I don't?
No, I'll just hold them.
He's gonna hold his dentures the whole podcast.
Just gonna be like,
oh Jesus.
I gotta go get a napkin.
All right. Well, Edward does that.
I forgot to take out my dentures. That's why.
He forgot to take off his What are they actually called? The retainers. He forgot to take off his retainers. So a quick message. He forgot to give his retainers a break. Quick message from our sponsors. We don't have any yet, but we have Anchor, but that's somewhere in the middle. If you guys,
that's later on.
If you're an audio listener, you'll get assaulted 30 minutes in. Pass you what?
The bag.
This one?
Yes.
Imported cold brew coffee.
So if Inspired Coffee Co. wants to sponsor us, they're the literal fuel. No, they're the literal fuel.
The fuel that.
Honestly, though, like a fourth of that, like a fourth of a cup, and just a jar like this big, you get cold brew for like a whole week. Just put it in the fridge for like 48 hours. Better than Starbucks. Not gonna lie.
Smooth and nutty. But how expensive is it? That's the real question.
It's $13 for that entire thing.
$13. I don't know, man.
That's like 3 coffee cups from Starbucks. So that's like less than 1 day's worth of coffee.
I guess. Oh well.
Like I like low key though, we spend like
too much
bucks,
money.
Almost $20 a day on Starbucks.
Jesus, why? Do you at least have the Starbucks app and use it and stuff?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. That's why sometimes. But also sometimes I just pass by it and like the staff just gives me free shit sometimes.
How?
Because I'm nice.
It would be like, yeah, just be nice. Just
not even gonna lie, like people, like customers, like I've gotten so much free shit just because I'm nice to like service workers.
Just gotta be a decent human being. Like, how hard can that be?
Like, I swear to God, like I've probably gotten more free shit than any Karen on earth just because I'm fucking nice.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even, you shouldn't be nice because you're gonna get shit. Just
nice to be nice.
Just to be nice, honestly.
And if you happen to get shit, then you keep it. Like, yeah.
Like
it's no skin off your back. You got a conscience and it's clear.
Yeah, exactly. Just always be nice, and then maybe sometimes you'll get free shit.
Exactly.
But like, you already did the whole spiel.
Exactly. So, but I was gonna say trading card wise, it's like with Yu-Gi-Oh, it's not as I don't want to say it's not as sustainable, but it's like it's not as viable unless you're gonna be like actively playing like competitively or actively having a disposable income in order to spend hundreds of dollars on cards every like you said every quarter, every cycle that they do the ban list and stuff. Because even with Pokemon, like, you can still buy stuff and then nostalgia value because I don't know if there's any. I wonder. Okay. Let's find out.
Oh yeah, I recently did learn how to play the Pokemon TCG.
Oh dude,
there was a ban list.
Pokemon TCG banned card list.
What's funny is that from my understanding of the Pokemon TCG, it's actually the easiest.
Yeah, it's super easy. Yeah,
it's super easy to play, especially when compared to like Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah. Oh my God! No wonder this. Okay. So it says there's no cards are banned in the standard format, which is casual and stuff like that. But in the tournament format, there's like a bunch of stuff banned. And so, before we get into the Pokemon ban list, this guy came into the store and he was like, "So we're back in the tech section, and we have like we have 2 checkout lanes there, but it's like pretty much for electronics only." Yeah. And he comes to the back and he's like, "Oh, he's holding like a stack of Pokemon cards, right? And they're limited to 2. Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, can you check me out?" And I was like, "Oh, they're actually limited 2 per customer." He's like, "Okay, check out 2 of these, and then I'm gonna go to the front and check out the rest." I'm like, "Actually, it's electronics only back here." And he was like, "What?" And I'm like, "It's electronics only back here." And he was like, fuck, and then he like took his pile of cards and went to the front. I'm like, they'll probably have to stop him up there, or put a limit on him. But it's like, it's so dumb. Like that guy is just taken away from like people who would actually be collecting them or actually be using them for like playing casually, or kids getting into it, whatever, or for just nostalgia value. But that guy's straight up, he's just a scalper. He's a reseller.
Reseller.
Like, he was like, he's head to toe in Dodger gear. He's got tattoos. He's got a tear on his face. Like, he's not the demographic.
Oh, you don't know that. Yeah, he's not the demographic. But like,
with the way he was acting, we knew he was not.
True. With the way he was acting.
With the way he was acting, we knew he's not like.
So I was gonna say, there's a card shop I go to, and there's like frequently a lot of people like that.
No, yeah. Well, I mean, I would get it at a card shop.
Yeah,
at a card shop, it makes sense. But this guy was like frothing at like a general merchandise store, Target or Walmart, like. This guy's frothing at the mouth to try and purchase all this stuff because he knows he's gonna be able to resell it, and it's like, man, fuck you. Like, and the cards had just come in.
Fuck capitalism, because that's just basically all capitalism, just a bunch of scalpers.
Honestly, like we need regulated capitalism. Yes. Unregulated capitalism is no good, because if unregulated capitalism was happening right now, we'd have no FDA, we'd have
they're getting destroyed garbage, as it is. Yeah, like now imagine without any regulations at all.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Everyone hates the IRS, and I get it. They're like the front line of like, it's like they're like the messengers.
Just pay your fucking taxes then. Yeah. Like, why do you hate the IRS? Oh fuck, man, the IRS is coming after me because I didn't pay like $1,000 in taxes. Man, fuck them. And it's like, it sounds like you're in the wrong because you didn't pay your taxes, huh? Like, I'm not saying like obviously there's a very big problem with rich people dodging taxes and then the IRS not going after them, but
that's literally engineered. Your hate towards the IRS fed them not being able to go after rich people, exacerbating the problem, which means you got to pick up the slack and you get a higher tax rate.
Exactly,
because the rich people don't want to pay their fair share.
Like. So basically, before we get into the taxes, real quick back to Pokemon, because we always do this. Yeah. We'll be talking for like 30 minutes, and then we'll get back to eating the rich. Cause it's only been 12 minutes. We'll get back to eating the rich in a second. So, okay. So yeah, the guy's like frothing at the mouth. He's not going to be enjoying these by himself. Yeah. So. Yeah, and I hate it because there's always those people who come by also for like Funko Pops too. Like they'll come in and be like, "Hey, so I have the serial number. Here it is. They told me they had 2 in stock. Give me one of them." And we're like, "We don't have any left." I'm like, well, yeah. So I checked in actually, and you guys do, because they'll call into like all the stores to look up on the back end system, like a whole thing basically, right? To find out exactly how much. They find out like the release day and everything, so they can buy them. And then 20 minutes later, it's on offer up for like $200, whatever they're looking for, right? And the same guy always comes, and he was hassling me, like, and it was funny. I was giving him a hard time because he's being stupid with me, because he was like, for these, it's like blacklight Funkos. I don't know why they're really popular or whatever, right? Blacklight Funkos. Exactly. Because you can shine them under a blacklight and they glow. But guess what? I don't think 90% of people even have a blacklight in the first place.
I was gonna say, most people buying those do not have a blacklight.
Unless you're a collector that specializes in that stuff, or you already have a blacklight display or something, like... There's no use.
I'm pretty sure most people don't want a blacklight in their room either.
Exactly.
Like, I know I don't.
Yeah. You light it up, it's going to just there's jizz everywhere.
It's going to glow,
Everywhere.
Everywhere. The sex dungeon never has blacklight.
Exactly.
Against the rules.
You show up a blacklight, we'll be blinded by the amount of light being reflected back off the walls.
Yeah, exactly.
Coated everywhere.
Yeah, no. Just liquids permanently just plastered there.
Exactly. Like, you think that's white paint up there when we film, but it is not.
It's all natural.
All natural painting. Oh, Jesus. So if we haven't lost anyone yet.
We went straight from nerd shit to weird shit to
dungeon shit.
Hey, I'm not king shaming.
Exactly. I do whatever you want. Just don't tell me. Just don't tell me. I don't gotta hear it. Okay. I don't want to.
You can have my personal number. You can tell me. I don't know about.
Tell Edward. We'll throw up his number right there. It's 323. So
980.
Exactly. So the blacklight guy came in. And he was like, are these the only Funkos you have? And I was like, yeah, it's limit 1 per customer. He's like, oh, okay, so I can get one and she can get one. And he points to his 5-year-old niece, and I'm like, well, it's like one per household. He's like, oh, okay, good, because that's actually my niece, and so she lives with my brother, so that means she can get one, I can get one. And I was like, well, you know what I mean, because you're gonna be paying for it. She's not a separate customer from you. And he was like, oh, okay, then just ring me up for this one. And he was like, is this all you have? Because these boxes are damaged. And I'm like, there's like a little bend in the corner, some dumb, like they got crumpled a little bit, whatever. Yeah. Like, it, to 99% of people, it makes no difference.
Only scalpers,
because they're like, sell it in mint condition.
Well, in also box, collectors, nothing. But
yeah, but collectors, what are collectors if not scalpers persevering?
True.
Exactly. Like eventually they will become scalpers because they'll be
Yeah.
like, I actually have this collectible from like the year 2015 and it's not sold anymore, $75,000. And then
It's like, what are you gonna do? Exchange them for 3 roaches when society collapses? Like,
exactly, yeah. Like it makes no sense. Like
Yeah.
if you like collecting them as a casual hobby, like yeah, buy them for MSRP, you're fine, you know.
Yeah.
But like personally, I'm not gonna spend more than like
MSRP.
$30 probably on like if I really want something and it's been out of print, okay, that's $30. I'm like, okay, I want it because it's something cool that I like or something.
Yeah.
But past the $30 mark, I'm like, I don't care enough to buy this.
Yeah. No,
basically.
No,
So
yeah.
it doesn't matter.
It matters absolutely zero.
Exactly, yeah. Because like Edward said, society collapses.
Yeah.
We'd be like, I have my Funkos, I got my J's, I got my
I got
Air
my wall of shoes.
Exactly. We're calling you out, Hector.
Oh,
When society
yeah,
collapses.
I didn't
Hector.
realize that right now.
When society collapses, Hector, you're gonna have nothing but shoes and pups, and the world will be better for it.
This reminds me of like the John Chon joke that happened. I don't know. He was trying to run a podcast for a second, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like someone was like obsessed with collecting DVDs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, what if the internet goes out? How am I going to watch my movies? And it's like, if the internet goes out, we have worse things to worry about than not watching Netflix.
Like I understand if it's like, okay, what if the internet goes out and there's like a blackout or something, and you're like, okay, you watch it on the DVD player while the power comes back on, whatever, or or
portable
actually talk
DVD
to people.
player.
Exactly. But if like society collapses and there's no internet, like we
got worse things to worry about than not watching a Blu-ray in 4K.
The DVDs, yeah. Oh, like there was this article about people who are prepared, doomsday preppers for the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Doomsday preppers for the pandemic. Basically, pandemic prepping. Oh, 2012. That's funny. Let me see. Doomsday prepping during the COVID-19 pandemic. So basically, this is literally a fucking article. That's hilarious.
Oh fuck.
No, I was looking for some regular article, but basically we mocked preppers and survivalists until the pandemic hit. That's funny.
What? But why? There was no need for what?
I get that because like, remember, if people weren't stupid, they wouldn't have rushed to grab all the canned foods because the supply chains were not gonna collapse. They did not collapse as we saw.
Yeah.
Like when I went into the Gonzales, everyone was like clamoring for the flour, and I turned to look, and there's just a bunch of fresh fruit sitting there, and I'm like, okay, I got my fresh fruit.
Yeah,
like I've done my shopping for the week. Like when I come back next week, it'll still probably be a madhouse, but whatever.
Yeah, it's fine.
But I don't know. And then it finally calmed down. Everyone's like, okay, it's not that bad.
Yeah, my dad got really scared when it first started. Like he went from like super scared and frightened and like must buy
hoard. Yeah. Yeah,
to just straight up vaccine denial. Just he went from one end of the spectrum all the way to the other over the course of this thing. And I'm just like,
it's funny because I was the exact opposite. I basically like in the beginning when I first heard about it, I was seeing articles and I was like, it's basically the flu. Like I don't know why people are doing this. And then when they're like, so we're actually have to close the stores, and everyone's gonna go home for like a few weeks while we do this. I was like, oh shit, like it's pretty serious. And then I watched the Kyrgyzstan video on it. And as I'm watching the video and it's explaining how the disease goes, I was like, and every morning I would wake up and be like, my chest would hurt a little bit. I'm like, oh fuck, this is it.
This is it.
I wake up and be like, yeah. But now I'm like, fully informed, vaccinated, realize how it is, all that good stuff.
Pivster's gonna. Did you get Pivster?
Pfizer,
yes.
Yes.
Pivster.
I got Pivster.
Pivster. It's
Pfizer.
like the Pez.
The Pez dispenser, yeah. I got Pez dispenser vaccine right into my mouth, so that's that's how it works. Yeah. Exactly, yeah.
No, Pivster already needs a booster shot, so you're probably gonna have to get one soon.
Well, because I just got my vaccine like 2 months ago. Yeah. Remember, like I barely got it.
Yeah, you just got it.
Yeah,
but
so
but like
someone
it's
got
already
it at
been
the
approved.
beginning,
like the FDA is like, or the CDC, I think. I forgot which one of them.
Probably.
CDC,
because CDC does it first.
Yeah, we're gonna need to approve. Oh, okay, so
FDA does it second, but Pfizer is fully FDA approved as well. So if you're not already vaccinated, go and get it.
Oh no, Pfizer, yes, is FDA approved, but they've already they ran like a vote because they vote on like this kind of stuff, I guess.
Oh, they already approved a booster shot.
Yeah, nice. They're like, okay, y'all need a booster shot ASAP.
Yeah,
make sure you get that done.
I wonder how many months it is from the booster from the
no idea. I was just reading up on like the fact that they've already voted on approving a booster shot.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, because I mean I know like it was like January, February, March when everyone was like first getting like the lines out the wazoo, and now they're like, hey, let's give them out, and people are still there's still people going like, I don't want it, but all right, we'll get into that.
There are people who are still saying it's not FDA approved. It's not FDA approved. My dad gave me that talking point. I was like, why are you telling me talking points that I like?
We know they're false, but anyways, Pokemon.
Like you act like I don't have internet.
Exactly. Like do your own research. 13 years of medical research for each doctor times the millions of doctors. I think that's not enough. Oh well.
Oh,
but your 10-minute Facebook video definitely beat me.
Yeah,
so.
Of course. You know, your 3 hours of research definitely beat the greater scientific knowledge of body of knowledge.
Exactly. So, oh well.
Anyways, back to Chip Ice Axe.
So Pokemon. Oh yeah, Chip Ice Axe. Oh, that's I'm assuming that's the thing. Okay, so basically, so in Pokemon, these are the banned cards, and the first one I read it and it makes sense because Archeops, its ability, each player can't play any Pokemon from his or her hand to evolve his or her Pokemon, which is fucking broken. Because imagine if you can evolve once per turn. So if you draw him and you draw as a starter, you play the starter first and then you summon Archeops, and now what? Now you can only summon basic Pokemon the rest of the time unless you somehow find a way,
unless you can kill it.
Exactly, unless you can find a way to like, I don't know, because how are you gonna kill it? He has 130 HP, and like, unless you're chipping away slowly with a bunch of basic Pokemon, by the time you kill 6 of your Pokemon, that's game.
I guess, but that's not really how you win it.
Yeah,
isn't it the prize cards?
That's you have 6 prize cards. Yeah. That's basically what it is. Yeah. So you have 6 prize cards, and then once the 6 prize cards are gone,
but it also depends on how strong the Pokemon is. So if he's just destroying your starters, he's not really getting a lot of prize cards. And if you destroy that, you'll get like something like 2 prize cards or 3.
For this one? Yeah. I don't think so, because it says no retreat cost and stuff. Let me see.
Because how strong the Pokemon is determines how many prize cards you get.
Let me see.
If I'm not mistaken. I got like a 40-minute crash course into this. After like it was a draft game at my local card shop, and they gave us the rundown of this.
So let me see prize cards. So each player. Prize cards are 6 cards each player sets aside face down at the start of the game. They're chosen randomly, and neither player should know what cards their prize cards are at the start of the game. When you knock out an opposing Pokemon, you take one of them. That's pretty much it. If you're the first one to draw your last prize card, you win. This you put in your hand and then played normally. Oh, that's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, it's like that's basically
that's basically it is broken. So it is broken.
Because
we're not going against the fact that it is super fucking broken.
That's
like
crazy.
You're gonna need to like do shit to get around that shit.
Yeah,
like hard work.
And it's funny because there's specific ones that are banned. Because Archeops itself isn't banned. Yeah. Just the Archeops from the Noble Victories that has that ability.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Because obviously you top deck that and then your opponent can't play the game basically.
Yeah, that's it.
So say Chip Axe is banned. Look at the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck. Choose one of them. Your opponent shuffles the other cards back into their deck. Then put the card you chose on top of their deck. I guess. I mean, if you put like, let's say they draw a card that or they're about to draw like something really good, and you're like, haha, now I can put just some energy card that your Pokemon doesn't even use or something. I guess, it doesn't seem that. I mean,
it doesn't seem too broken.
For Yu-Gi-Oh, it doesn't seem broken, but Pokemon's a much slower game. Much slower. Because
also there's those times where like that's like that card basically allows you to brick your opponent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, basically. So I was gonna say it makes sense because since it's such a slower game, if you got like, let's say you got 3 energy cards in there, you have a water monster out, you need 1 more water energy for it to attack, and you have 5, like let's say normal energy, grass energy, fire energy. You move the fire one to the top, and what are you gonna do with the fire when you draw next turn? You already know they're gonna brick, and they have no move.
Yeah. They're just gonna have to pass their turn, and that's gonna be it.
Yeah. So that
like I'm also
it's like a skip your turn basically.
Yeah, it's basically that. Yeah. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure that another reason for this, because like this would probably not even be useful in Yu-Gi-Oh. But the thing is that like I'm pretty sure there's not a lot of ways to search your deck in Pokemon.
There are a bunch of different cards,
but probably not a lot.
Well, cards that'll let you add basic like let's say basic energies, basic Pokemon to your hand, and you can even summon stuff directly from the deck with the right cards and stuff. So I mean, it just depends. But like let's say it'll say like, oh, a basic Pokemon that can't be evolved, or like stuff like that, you know. So you can't just be like, oh, I put out my fucking legendary Pokemon because it's a basic Pokemon, you know.
Yeah, basic.
So, yeah, so I mean, that one makes sense, like I said. So Delinquent is also banned. Discard any stadium card in play. If you do, your opponent discards 3 cards from his or her hand. What
That's
the
a lot.
fuck?
That's
like their whole hand, basically. That is a lot. Edward, somebody get that? They would probably, honestly. Okay, Flababy. Sun and Moon, Forbidden Light. Let's see. So, if you go second, this Pokemon can evolve during your first turn.
What?
That's it. So, basically, if you draw it... So, like, let's say, if you draw it on the first turn, what does it fucking evolve into?
It evolves into...
Flababy into...
Flabubu.
Floret. And, I mean, I don't know.
And then
I don't understand how that's broken, but I'm assuming someone found something to... Floet. Let's see. Floet Pokemon card. So they've probably found something that was broken or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I still feel like having a stage 2 Pokemon like from the start of the game, considering it's such a slow game, probably gives you an unfair advantage. Just a free. What I don't understand is why they release some of these cards in the first place. It's like, do they not play test at all? Tax bracket. Oh, I was still looking at like the image of like the Floret, and then like you switch to like the Texas tax brackets, and I'm like, oh, so that card, you know, would. I don't know. I was trying to make sense of it in my head, and I was like, wait a second, that has nothing to do with the other thing.
Oh no, because I was gonna finish googling the other thing I was trying to see.
Marginal tax rate.
So, okay.
So I kind of figured out how. I don't know why I did that. But to get your attention, since we're literally just the two of us, and I absolutely do nothing of that.
Anyone here? And then
how do you call it? I didn't figure out. Like I was kind of thinking about it. Like, the way that rich people evade taxes is by just using non-taxable income. Like
hoarding assets and stuff like that.
Not just that, but like, so let's say I have a $10 million stock portfolio. As long as the tax rate of the portfolio that I'm getting outweighs a loan that I take out against the stock portfolio, I'll basically be able to like keep paying the loan, and I'll use the loan money, and I'll never actually have to claim anything off of the stocks. So technically, all the money I make off of the stocks never gets taxed because I never take it out.
You never see it.
Yeah, you never see it. But since you took out a loan against it, you're still using the money.
Damn, rich people. Can we just that's why that's why Andrew Yang said proposing a value added tax.
Yeah.
So every time Amazon adds value to itself, it gets taxed on that. So that way you can't be like, oh, I'm so sorry. We didn't actually make any profit or revenue this year because of the way we, skid it around. So please, can we get some money, please? Please, U.S. government, we need some money, please. So they can't just hide from that anymore.
For me.
Exactly. Tax dodging is for me. But yeah, that way they can't dodge it. Because it's literally like, hey, your company was valued at 100 billion. It's now 200 billion. Tax the 100 billion, and then boom, you got a butt ton of money right there. Because even like, fuck, dude, like 1% of $100 billion, like
that's a lot. That's a lot.
The company is worth 1 trillion.
Yeah.
1 trillion times 1% is $1 billion.
Yeah.
So imagine $1 billion in taxes.
Remember, $1 billion is 1,000 millions. A trillion is 1,000 billions.
Exactly. Like, okay, so
that's more money than any of us will ever see in our lives.
Think of it this way: $1 million is $100,000 for
penis.
10 years. For 10 years. $100,000 for 10 years, right?
I was just thinking penis the whole time.
Edward, stop thinking about penis. Okay. So yeah, $1 million is $100,000 for 10 years. $1 billion is $1 million for 1,000 years. Like, that's just how much more it is. Like, it makes no sense. If you try and spend $1 million each year for 1,000 years, Yeah, you can buy property and but you get the idea, right?
Yeah.
Like still.
We went over this on like a very early episode of the podcast, trying to
Yeah.
spend $1 billion. Oh no, we were trying to spend Bill Gates' net
Bill
worth.
Gates' net worth,
It's
300
not
billion or something.
possible.
Unless we buy a bunch of fucking skyscrapers and all this bullshit that we're
Not
never
even,
gonna
you
use.
literally have to buy like.
No, remember when we bought like
It's not
all
just
the
a bunch of
skyscrapers,
skyscrapers.
and then we were like, oh, go back, give us the money back, and
Yeah.
we're like, we don't even have
It's like
the
1,000
money.
skyscrapers or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
An absurd amount of skyscrapers, basically.
Yeah.
But
That's what I mean. It's like just buying a bunch of skyscrapers is not going to really make a dent in it.
Yeah.
You have to. It has to be like absurd. Like you have to go like. There's no way a business would be able to currently operate this many skyscrapers. Like there's no value in buying these skyscrapers aside from like
Dick
storing
measuring
your money.
contest.
Yeah, and storing your money. Yeah, that too. That
Yeah.
too. Just dick measuring.
honestly, so
Like you cannot possibly convince me that anyone on earth kind of needs 1,000 skyscrapers right now.
no.
Not even
Not even
Amazon
one.
as a business.
Okay, we'll give you one. You
give
get
you
one
one. We'll give you
skyscraper.
one.
Put your
Yeah,
name
one.
on the side of it. Don't make gold toilets. But
Yeah,
other than
yeah.
that,
Other than that, it's fine.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You know,
That's how it is,
it just be that way sometimes.
honestly. But Pokemon
Time to go
cards.
kill myself. Wait, what?
Time to go back to Pokemon. So the next card, it says Forest of Giant Plants. Each player's leaf type Pokemon can evolve during grass type Pokemon can evolve during his or her first turn or the turn he or she plays those Pokemon, which is pretty broken. If you have a leaf deck, summon, boom, I have like top 3.
Yeah.
I've already have my fucking Venusaur out, so
Yeah.
that makes sense. Okay. Getsis. Oh, it's a person's name.
Guides. Oh.
Getsis, I don't know. Your opponent reveals his or her hand, shuffles all item cards found there into the deck, then draw a number of cards equal to the number shuffled into his or her deck. Okay, yeah, I guess that
so
could
you get
disrupt.
draw and removal. Yeah, that sounds a little. That would sound a little broken almost anywhere, even in Magic. Like there's some cards that do that. They're not banned because they are broken, but they're not like broken.
Mhm.
Not compared to Magic standards.
Yeah. So let's see. Oh my god. Hex Maniac. Until the end of your opponent's next turn, each Pokemon in play in each player's hands and each player's discard pile has no abilities.
Oh,
That includes cards that come into play on that turn.
that's like
Jesus.
a worse version of what's that one card that I always play in my Malefic?
Skill Drain?
Skill Drain.
Yeah. So it's like a temporary skill drain. But
Yeah.
it makes sense because abilities probably help them move faster, you know?
Abilities do everything in every game, card game.
Yeah,
honestly.
In Pokemon, in such a
Like
slow game,
vanilla cards
freezing
don't
it.
do anything anymore. Like in any card
Yeah.
game.
I mean, you got Charizard for nostalgia value, but that's about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and the retail value.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, retail and nostalgia value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say there's very few people still rocking the OG Charizard like for nostalgia value. I'm pretty sure a good portion of them are just trying to get on that quick come up.
Yeah. So let me see. It's funny because it says a GX Pokemon. I think with like you said with a GX Pokemon. When a tag team Pokemon GX is knocked out, the opponent takes 3 prize cards instead of 1. What the fuck?
Okay,
That's probably why it'll even say like
GX. Yeah.
this.
Oh yeah. So if you take out a stronger Pokemon, basically.
So when your Pokemon GX is knocked out, your opponent takes 2 prize cards.
Mm.
That's the standard one GX. So that makes sense because it's like the best. Look at oh my god, Pulverizing Pancake GX, 210 damage. And your Pokemon's asleep for 1 turn.
Yeah.
So that's
210 damage.
I was searching that because this one says Island Challenge Amulet. The Pokemon GX or Pokemon EX this card is attached to gets minus 100 HP. When it's knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack, that player takes 1 fewer prize card. So it nerfs their health, but also lessens the amount of prize cards you would take.
1 less prize card. I feel like that's not too broken for it to be banned.
They must have found a way.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
I'm gonna. It's just always safe to assume that someone somewhere found a way to make a certain card broken.
Yeah, Jesse and James. Each player discards 2 cards from their hand. Your opponent discards first. Yeah.
I don't know what order matters.
Right? I don't know. Maybe because maybe when you discard something that activates or something. So he discards first. Okay, now it's my turn to discard.
I guess so.
You can only play this card if you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent. You can play 3 supporter cards, including this card.
Oh, so you already have an advantage. Get another advantage.
Yeah, basically. Lissandra's trump card. Each player gets a sexual assault lawsuit. That's
What?
not very fun. No, it's because it says trump card. Each player shuffles all cards in his or her discard pile into his or her deck.
Oh my god,
That's fucking broken. I know.
I was like, huh?
Damn, that's crazy. That's actually really good because imagine let's like both players putting your entire graveyard into the deck.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Just start the game over.
Basically. Or imagine like if your opponent doesn't have anything and you've gone through a bunch of combos. It's like imagine in like putting that in like a synchro deck. I go first, and then I go okay, shuffle them all back in, and you're like, oh fuck, let's do it again. When you play this Marsh Shadow,
here we go again.
When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may have each player shuffle their hand into the deck and draw 4 cards. Huh. Oh, okay. So basically, you can +3 if you have one card, shuffle, or if you have no cards, you can just draw 4.
Oh.
Shuffle your hand. I don't have a hand. Draw 4 cards. Boom, and then if you have 1, +3. It's basically at minimum a +1.
+1.
So Maxie's hidden ball trick.
And I'm pretty sure there's ways to just get rid of your hand.
And you can get rid of your opponent's hand too, because if they have like 8 cards, they shuffle. They only draw 4. They minus. You can play this card only when it's your last card in your last card in your hand.
Last hard.
Yeah.
My last hard.
Last hard on. Put a fighting Pokemon from your discard pile into your bench, then draw 5 cards. That's a lot of cards. Wow. Oh, so you basically it's like a Monster Reborn, and then you draw 5.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Milotic. Once during your turn before you attack, you may knock out this Pokemon. If you do, attach 3 basic energy cards from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon, excluding Pokemon EX. I guess.
What? Oh, I guess you get a free ability.
You suicide it, and then because let's say you summon it, and the ability takes no energy. So you suicide it, and then you attack 3 basic energy cards to one of your Pokemon.
Yeah, so I guess you get like a free attack.
Allahu Akbar. Yeah. Mismagius. Once during your turn, before you attack, you may draw cards, so you have 7 in your hand. If you drew any cards this way, this Pokemon's knocked out. So it's basically like, kill it for a +7. Jesus. Before you attack. That's pretty good.
I like how the weaknesses are ×2, and like the resistances, like what it's strong against, or like what affects it less, is like a straight number. It's like -20 or -10.
Yeah. For some of them, and some of them says like 1/2 and stuff like that. So it just depends on the card.
I didn't see that. I just kept saying like -10, -20.
Oh, I don't know, because resistance also, like, let's say I think it is all flat numbers, because like let's say weakness, if it's like 20 × 2, okay, that's fine, or 30 × 2, 60, okay. But with resistance, I guess it's easier to just calculate it as a flat thing.
Oh yeah.
I guess.
Also, it's a lot harder to make it 0.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you do times half, you never die.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I was wrong. So this one, Oranguru, Resource Management. Put 3 cards from your discard pile on the bottom of your deck in any order. That makes sense. Huh.
Profound knowledge.
Yeah. So you basically just keep recycling cards.
No, there was the second one? Profound knowledge.
Oh, Oranguru. Well, because your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. That's just a regular attack. But it's the resource management, which is 3 cards from your discard pile on the bottom of your deck in any order. And then you just shuffle your cards later on, like.
I guess so. That doesn't seem too broken to me, though. But I guess someone managed to.
There's a lot of shuffling involved. So you may play 2 Puzzle of Time cards at once. If you play 1 card, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, put them back in any order. Okay. If you played 2 cards, put 2 cards from your discard pile into your hand. Oh shit, that's why. So you just wait for till you get 2 Puzzle of Times. You play 2 of them, and then.
Yeah.
Red card.
Scrunch 'em.
Your opponent shuffles his or her hand to the deck and draws 4 cards. Oh, that's
fine.
If you have a bunch of cards, that's fucking broken. Reset Stamp. Your opponent shuffles their hand to their deck and draws a card for each of their remaining prize cards. Oh, fuck. So if they have like 8 cards in their hand and they only have 1 prize card left, they shuffle, just draw 1. You're fucked.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Reset
That's
Stamp.
it. That's GG.
Sableye. Flip a coin. If heads, defending Pokemon's now confused. Junk Hunt. Put 2 item cards to your discard pile into your hand. That's probably why. The items. Shaman EX. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to your bench, you may draw until you have 6 cards in your hand. That's why. So when it gets knocked out, it takes 2 prize cards. Yeah, but that's probably why. Yeah. Sky Return. Return this Pokemon, all cards attached to your hand, so it doesn't even get a chance to get knocked out. That's hilarious. Unknown. Why is it not spelled right? Whatever. Unknown. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is your
that how you actually spell it?
No.
For the Pokemon, at least?
Yeah, I guess. Unknown Pokemon.
Unknown. Yeah.
Stupid.
See, I knew it.
All right.
I
Unknown.
could just check my Pokemon home.
Honestly, check my Pokedex.
Oh my gosh, hold on.
What have you done?
Sony's in stock. Sony PlayStation is in stock.
Breaking news. The Sony PS5 is now in stock. If you're watching this, you're a week too late. Oh my goodness. They make you do CAPTCHA. Yeah. It's like they're trying to verify the bots are there. And then, oh my goodness, is he going to get the PS5? Is he going to get the PS5? Who knows?
I'm going to be let in shortly.
Oh
Wait
my
time is currently an hour.
Fuck, I don't know. Well, we'll get back to you guys. We'll see if anything happens. But how come you don't get a bundle from GameStop?
They're all sold out.
Next time the bundle comes in on GameStop, because I don't think the GameStop one counts as an in-stock alert, because it only gives you in-stock alert for the regular ones. Set an in-stock alert.
For
Hotstop? Yeah, because it only puts them in stock when they're like...
Because you can choose which ones to follow, which products to follow. And I followed a bunch of the... well, not a bunch, because you only get 2. But I followed the disc version, like the regular base one, and I got the bundle. Following the PS5 disc Miles Morales bundle.
Oh, I don't know. But Alan got his because the PlayStation 5 bundle was on GameStop. Mm-hmm. And it includes 2 controllers. It includes like a $100 thing for GameStop, $100 gift card for GameStop, and some games and stuff. And it's like that makes sense if you want to buy it for yourself, because it doesn't have a lot of resale value. Because obviously Scalper wants to buy the $500 one, so they can sell it for like $1,300 by itself. Yeah. You know, but yeah, I would say, because I think the way they track it is using like the serial number or like the item number, right? Mm-hmm. So GameStop's bundle is going to be a different item number than GameStop's PS5. That's why. So I would say, let me see. So GameStop PS5 bundle.
Oh, that reminds me. I got pissed. So on the 17th, I got an email from Sony saying that like, oh, if you want a, how do you call it? If you want a PS5, we have one stored for you. Mm-hmm. Just, click this specialized link and go to this, the shop and purchase it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, all right, cool. And I checked the date. Expires the 17th. You want to know when I checked my email?
When?
The 20th.
Edward, this is why you check your email every day. What are you doing? Oh, they don't even have the bundles listed anymore. But yeah, the PS5 bundle.
If you did not receive your invitation directly from PlayStation, you will not be able to purchase a console at this time. If you did receive, please access the website by clicking the link provided. I kind of want to check upstairs. Or can I access Hotmail from my phone?
Yes, of course. Any email. Just go to fucking Chrome and then open up Hotmail. That's how I do it. That's how I do it all the time. That's why I check my email all the time to clear out junk mail, clear out everything. And I have like 0 unread emails. I fucking hate it.
Yeah. I have $7,000.
I know. Like, I know. I hate it when people are like 17,000 emails. That shit bothers me. Like, or where they have like 17,000 unread messages. And I'm just like, why don't you just fucking clear out the notifications? Like, is it really that hard? It's not that hard.
It's very hard.
No, it's not, Edward. It is not hard at all. So let me see what's going on.
We're just checking our phones in this part. So
Honestly,
I'm trying to get that link from Sony. If they do not send me another one, I'm gonna be mad. I know it's my fault, but I'm still gonna be mad. Oh my god, Outlook is taking so long to install.
No, that's what I'm saying. Just go to Hotmail. Yeah, sign in up there, top. Sign in, and then you just sign in with your fucking autofill. Yeah.
There we go.
See how easy it is? It's so easy. But yeah, I was gonna say they don't even have the bundles set up anymore on the website, so that's they probably did sell out of it. Oh, well, unknown. So let me finish the unknown. I never finished it. If this Pokemon is your active Pokemon and there are 66 or more damage counters on your benched Pokemon, you may use this ability. If you do, you win this game. Okay, cool. Yeah. So if you have 60, no wonder it's banned. 66 or more damage counters. That's a lot of damage counters, though. And let's see the other unknown. What does it do? Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, you have 35 or more cards in your hand, you win the game. So basically just make a deck where you just draw everything in the first turn and then you summon unknown and then you win the game. Ability hand. That's hilarious. And then the ability damage. 35 or more cards. How the fuck would you even... I don't know. That's too much.
I'm just here checking, like, trying to... Oh, my gosh. Okay. PlayStation confirmed your exclusive invitation. Here we go.
He's found it. Tap it. Tap it, Edward.
Shop now.
Tap it. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. He's signing in. He's going to do it. He's going to do it, people.
Yes.
He's going to do it.
Yes.
Woo!
I'm getting my PS5 right now. Just starts furiously.
Honestly, let's see. The effective tax rate. So, wow. The effective tax rate for the bottom. Let me see. Oops, sorry. Let's go back. There it is. The effective tax rate for the bottom 80% of people is higher in Texas than California.
Yeah.
Texas is a high tax state run by tax and spend Republicans. So, okay, let's see. Basically, the lowest 20% of earners pay 13% of income. And in California, the number is 10.5%. Okay, right? The lowest 20% of earners. Mm-hmm. The second lowest 20%, which would be like, let's say 20 to 40%, pay 10.9 in state and local in Texas. In California, 9.4. Lower in California. Middle 20% of earners, 9.7 in Texas. 8.3 in California. California wins again. Next 20% of earners, so like 60 through 80, 8.6 in Texas. California, 90%. Finally, Texas wins in 0.4 in taxes, right? So, next 15% of earners, so like 85%, 7.4 in Texas, 9.4 in California. Okay. Next 4% of earners, so basically 96% through 100, 5.4% in Texas, 9.9% in California. Texas wins again. Top 1% of earners in Texas have 3.1%. In California, 12.4%. A huge win for wealthy Texas people.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you're paying the effective tax rate is 3.1% for the top 1% of earners in Texas. While it's 13% of your income if you're in the bottom 20%.
Yeah.
So literally.
So basically 99% of people are paying 13% tax rate in Texas.
The Texas tax rate system takes more of their incomes than California tax system, and the top 20% of earners, only when you're in the top 20% of earners do the tax advantages of living in Texas kick in, basically.
Yeah.
So living in Texas saves Joe Rogan a lot of money. For most folks, it doesn't, or it might well cost some money.
Yeah.
So it makes sense, because let's say if you're in the top 1%, and let's see, top 1% of income. Remember, it's top 1% is not that crazy. The top 1% of income to be in the top 1% is, let's see, for each state. Let's just do California. California, the top 1%, you just have to earn. Oh, well, you have to earn at least $659,000.
Yeah.
So basically, if you're like, let's say, a very successful doctor, or basically all of the rich Hollywood people, right? Top 1%, they pay 12.4% here in California, which is a lot more in taxes. Mm-hmm. And if we go to Texas, the top 1% earn at least $550,000. So at least almost a little over $500,000.
Average income of the top 1% is $1.8 million in Texas.
Mm-hmm. So average income among all tax filers is $81,000. So, there's a lot, it's like, that's like, let's say upper middle class, because like low, not low class, but let's say, technically it is middle lower class is like starting at like 30,000, but it can be poverty wages if your rent is really high and all that kind of stuff.
Speaking of which, my old scoutmaster moved to Texas years ago, but he moved back, and part of the reason was because it costed more to live there. Yeah,
it's super expensive over there.
Yeah, it's super expensive to live in Texas.
Way more. So I mean, and you're getting, what are your taxes paying for? Not the electricity infrastructure. I'll tell you that much.
Not that.
If it gets too hot, you boil. If it gets too cold, you freeze to death.
Yep.
And because Texas doesn't want to be connected to the national grid, there's the Western grid, Eastern grid. They got their own independent grid away from the hand of the government and the commies. And what happens?
Except for all the government that they put in women's bodies.
Yep, exactly. And they still do not pay to upgrade their infrastructure.
Nope.
So basically, anytime you hear someone going like, oh yeah, move to Texas, they're probably making a lot of money and could save a lot of money. Because think of it this
Either
way.
that or they've been brainwashed by someone like because basically when Joe Rogan is saying, "Oh, move to Texas, you'll save a lot of money in taxes."
That's him.
That's not only him. He's giving that advice to other rich people,
Other rich
He's
comedians
not
and stuff
giving it
like
to
that.
you
Yeah.
in particular.
Exactly.
He's just saying it on a platform where you can listen in.
Yeah, where you happen to be listening in and stuff like that. Yeah.
It's not for you. There's a big difference between you're able to listen in on the conversation and being referenced in the conversation. Like
Exactly. So unless you're literally in the top 80%, or sorry, let's
the
say
top 20%.
20. Yeah, sorry, the top 20.
You got it backwards.
No, it's top 40%. Okay, because the first 20%, second 20%, third 20% is the 40 through 60%. So it's like the middle. So unless you're in 60 through 80, 60 through 80 is the top 40%. So if you're in the top 40% of earners, Texas barely wins, right?
Yeah.
But if you're in the top 15% of earners, yeah. So basically, if you're in the top 15% of earners, you're gonna make a lot of money. That's basically the point. If you're in the top 20%, no, sorry, it's top 20% because it's 80 through 100. So if you're in the top 20% of earners, then it might make sense moving to Texas. But by
tax burden, not income.
Yeah.
They made a clarification at the bottom.
Exactly.
The total taxes that you have to pay as an individual living in the state, not just income.
So, yeah, basically,
Because no matter what state you go to, you're paying tax. You're paying a lot of tax. It just depends what it's going to, how much of it is as a percent of your total income,
and if you're gonna have a social
tax.
Income tax, yeah, and if you're gonna have a social welfare net also. So
you gotta get what you pay for. Like the whole point of paying taxes is to get stuff in return.
Infrastructure.
You can't live in a society like
Medicine.
have roads and stuff and like
schools
without paying taxes. Like that's the whole point.
Doctors.
The whole thing is though you got to get a return on your investment.
Hospitals.
Exactly.
Welcome to our slam poetry. Broke Till Friday slam poetry. Doctors. We started doing it.
I don't know anything about slam poetry.
It's just like I don't know.
I like in my head, slam poetry is just like what edgy teenagers listen to.
Not edgy, I would say it's like the ones that wear the berets and the turtlenecks when they go to college, and they're like, "I learned all about slam poetry, and now I'm gonna tell you."
Like, I feel like it's an edgy teenager thing. Like that's who they become eventually once they go into college. But like it's an edgy teenager thing, and then they make that their personality once they hit college.
Yeah,
I mean it's more a personality than I'll ever have, but you know that's besides the point.
Yeah, but basically, in conclusion, for this tax rate thing.
Eat the rich.
Eat the rich. The rich go to Texas to dodge taxes, basically. Because think of it this way. California is 12.4% if you're making above a little over $500,000. Texas is 3.1%. So, of course, if you're making $1 million a year, you want to save that fucking 9%. I was going
to say, and Texas's electrical system and freezing system and dying system, basically, infrastructure makes sense for rich people. Yeah. Their death system.
Because they'll have their own grid.
Not just that, because they have their own grid. And not only that, but failing because they're not failing electricity. Come on. You know, there was all the expensive places had electricity.
For sure.
But losing electricity once a year, especially when you can, the cost of it basically, because some places didn't cut people off, they just charge them more. Makes sense.
Affords it.
They can afford it, so they'd rather pay that extra cost of living in Texas than to pay like the overall tax rate, because it saves them money in the long run, while letting other people die.
Because 9% is a lot if you're in the top 1%. 9%, that's okay. Let's just round up 10%, right? What's 10% of $1 million? That's $100,000. Yeah. In just taxes, like the tax burden that you're gonna have to do. And if if you care about where you live, you'll pay it.
Yeah.
If you don't give a shit and you're like, I'm making $2 million a year, I'm gonna save $200,000 in taxes. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
And with those $200,000, you can buy basically a house in Texas. Like, let's see. The old friend Zillow.
Oh, dude, Zillow is such a piece of shit.
Why? What have they done?
So I was like looking into a lot of this stuff. So what Zillow does, basically, that's why people recommend don't browse Zillow. Because what happens is that they'll take information about the area that you live in, like the zip codes and the type of people that live there. They'll see what the average prices are.
And then raise them?
Basically, what they'll do is they'll go into the community, buy, or they'll look at similar demographics. They'll buy up the houses that are like kind of like on the low end and then repost them for the higher price on their own site. And they have the unfair advantage of having the aggregated data of all the people that are just browsing Zillow.
With a fucking algorithm.
Yeah.
Algorithms are killing us.
Yeah.
Why can't they
Like,
be used for good?
That's one thing. Like, and I still use Zillow, of course. I'm no saint. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
But it's just it is kind of
use it in incognito mode where it cannot collect your cookies.
Exactly.
Well, I'm searching up Texas stuff, so I feel like Texas stuff doesn't really matter.
Well, no, because it's still looking up at like where you live. That's what they care about. They're looking at the average of like where you live and where you're looking to buy houses. And so then in that area that you're looking to buy houses, they'll buy up smaller, like, the cheaper housing, raising the housing price of the area, which, as you might understand if you know economics, creates a small bubble, which last time we had a small bubble.
Housing bubble.
Zillow this time is contributing to the issue.
And it sucks too, because even with the housing bubble, even if it pops, like, no one has, we're our generation Zoomers and Generation Y, they don't have the cash to buy out stuff. You know who has cash? Overseas
boomers.
No, not just boomers, but overseas investors, corporations, and conglomerates that are just like,
Zillow.
Everything's crashing. Let's all buy it up for cheap, and then we sell it for high again, and then it's self-perpetuating.
We don't get the chance. Some of us are kind of like sort of ready to take out loans, but they're not likely to go with the people that are going to take out loans. They're going to want someone who's going to pay cash or or is buying in bulk, basically.
Cash
Imagine
is
buying
king.
Houses in bulk. Houses in bulk.
Exactly. Like,
fucking hell, dude.
So this house, $285,000, 4 beds, 3 baths, 2,800 square feet in Texas, in Houston, Texas. So it's like an active city too, in Houston, Texas. And like it's
for the low price of no electricity.
Exactly. Yeah. The monthly payment is estimated to be $1,576.
That's nothing.
So let's round up to $1,600. $1,600 is a 1 bedroom, 1 bath for rent here, if you're lucky.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
Sometimes it's studio, but
like I said, I always get back on this. In Downey, houses are like $1 million. Like,
multi-million-dollar houses in Downey. Honestly,
it makes no sense in Downey.
So let's see, rent. If we look at stuff for rent, remove the fucking boundary. Now we're looking at Downey. Oops, why I put for rent? I meant to put for sale.
For sale.
$1.05 million. 5 beds, 2 baths. Yeah, multi-million-dollar houses. Basically,
5 beds, 2 baths.
Yeah,
that's pretty good, but that's a lot.
I don't know. Let's just say, how about this? When the housing bubble pops,
buy houses.
No. Like, when the housing bubble pops, find all the boomers you can and take their money, and then I don't know, revolutionize or something if you're not too lazy. So
eat someone.
Eat the rich.
It might taste good.
Tax the rich. That's the most important.
Rich, yeah.
Tax the rich.
Tax the rich at like fucking 98%, to be honest.
Honestly, every
gotta go back. That's the one thing from the 60s we gotta bring back.
Over 90% on the top 1%. So like basically, every penny you make over $1 million, immediately taxed. Immediately taxed. You don't need that much money.
You should just get a trophy. You've won capitalism.
Exactly. And then at the end of the year, the richest person gets killed.
Yeah.
And that's how you keep people from doing that.
Yeah.
From trying to be too rich. Brooks and Friday.
We're broke till Friday. Goodbye, my friends. We'll see you next week. Now I'ma go and beat my meat. And we're broke till Friday. Bye, my friends. We'll see you next week. And now I'ma go and beat my meat. And we're broke till Friday.